If the cameras are ready at the back. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll come to you. We'll kick off with the live section going to 10:30 tonight. If you have a question, we'll start with Dharmesh from Sky.
Mikel, hi, good afternoon. Can we start off with team use first of all?
Yeah.
Any updates? Martin, do you expect him to be fit?
Not many updates. We still have 24 hours and we are trying to have everybody fit and available.
And is that the same with Tomiyasu? Because we saw him training with the group today.
Yeah, he did the first part. Gabi didn't. But yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
I'll come to the game tomorrow. Just reflections on the weekend. I'm sure you've watched the game. How do you now view this title race? Because Arsenal are top.
Yeah. Well, it's great to be top, that's for sure. It was an amazing game of football with two magnificent teams, with so many alternatives. And I think it's an amazing situation that we are in both, looking at the level that those two teams have, that we are still there and we are still at the top. So the ambition races, we want to continue to be there and we have to go game by game.
After Saturday, you talked about how the players wanted to win that game for Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Could you just describe, as a result of that, how much the group has galvanised and describe the bond within that squad just now?
The unity around the players is amazing because it's organic, it's natural. They really feel for each other, and when they had opportunities to do something to make somebody look better or getting them out of trouble, they are all ready to do it. And it was a great example again of the quality of the team and people that we have within there.
It was your 8th Premier League win in a row. It was 33 goals in that time as well. And yet in the middle of that, this is anomaly of that Porto game when you didn't actually have a shot on target. What do you think you'll have to do differently on tomorrow night compared to what happened out there?
Yeah, we're certainly going to have to tweak a few things to generate much more than what we did against them. But yeah, it's the level of the Champions League. You're facing top teams. The fact that there are 2 games as well plays a little bit in your mind, and we're going to have to be better tomorrow.
Just a final one for me, Mikel. Arsenal haven't reached the quarterfinals of the competition since 2010, which seems incredible. What would it mean to you to guide the team into the last day, and what would it do for the club and their standing around Europe to do that?
That's the opportunity that we have tomorrow in front of our people in our stadium for 96 minutes. Bring your energy, bring your noise, and let's do it together.
Thank you.
George from the BBC.
Mikel, you just on that, you've referenced it again about the fans, and you said the stadium having the night of its life. Do you think the fans are going to have to, because it's going to be a tough game, do you think they're going to have to, it's almost, they really see you over the line?
I think the impact that they can make tomorrow, it's incredible. I don't think that they realize. So we need that. We need that noise. We need them playing every single ball with us. And we need that emotional control as well, you know, to understand that the game can go through certain phases and we have to be really intelligent to push in the right moments to get what we want. But it's a beautiful opportunity to live those nights. It's been 14 years. So everything that we put in there is going to be worth it.
As a manager, what does it feel like on the touchline when you hear the crowd picking up on the players? They seem like reacting to it.
That I want to go there and play, you know, and that's the feeling that we have, that is a joy to be part of this club, to be part of these kind of games, and tomorrow is going to be a great night.
And what have you learned and the players learned from that Porto match when you look back at it? Because they really slowed it down. There was lots of fouls in the match. You had more possession, but they sat back. So what have the players learned? And I know Saliba said that they need to be a bit more smarter. I just wondered how you transmitted that to them this week.
Every week, every opponent has his strengths, his weaknesses, and in the way of they approach the game. And now we know a bit better. We played these kind of games many times in the Premier League. We played one 3 days ago. So we just focus on being ourselves and do more of the things that we can control better than we did a few weeks ago.
And just one more. I mean, this could be an unbelievable week for you, that you could be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League and you could be top of the league. I mean, with 10 games to go and plus more in the Champions League, I mean, this could be a thrilling end to the season for us.
Yeah, we have to make it happen tomorrow, and we're going to have to be very good to achieve that.
Okay, Mark from PA.
Hi, Mikel. You
Hi.
talk about the fans having to be emotional and show passion and things like that, but your players on the pitch, does there have to be a certain level of controlling that passion and emotion?
For sure, but obviously the game context is very important, and we know that we have a long match to play, and it can be moments where it can go your way, and moments that can change dramatically quick, and that's the Champions League as well. So emotionally, you have to be very prepared to play those kind of games.
We spoke to you in Portugal about the lack of experience in your squad. So how important is it ahead of tomorrow that you can call on Jesus and Zinchenko and players that have actually experienced it?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we haven't had them for long periods this season. The same like someone like Thomas as well. But it's what we have. We have others as well. We learn with the experiences of playing those games, and the boys will be ready tomorrow.
And if you wanted to, I know you wouldn't say, but are they fit enough to maybe start tomorrow, or is that something? Would we like to see them on the bench again?
Well, everybody that is available, I think, has to be available enough to play, because you might have to play after 5 minutes or from the start, and the boys are in a good place.
Kaya?
Hi.
You mentioned before about making you want to be a player again, the atmosphere. I just wondered, what are your best memories of these European nights when you were playing at Arsenal?
Well, I have a few. The one we played here with Barca, with Bayern Munich as well. It was an amazing night as well when we had to do a comeback against Milan. So there are a few, but obviously now is recent. It's about tomorrow, about the present, and we have to make it happen tomorrow.
You mentioned those games there. There's a lot of cases getting so close, but we get so far. What will you do to make sure your team can get over the line this time, as opposed to maybe where you couldn't as a player?
Yeah, prepare the best possible way, make a lot of right decisions, and then be brave and have the courage to make things happen. You cannot wait in this situation. You have to go and make things happen, and that's the approach tomorrow.
Jordan?
Mikel, there was a picture on social media this week of a whiteboard with the players saying how playing at the Emirates makes them feel. Can you just tell us a bit about that?
Sorry?
Can you tell us a bit about that? Was that something that you put on for the players, asked them to do it?
I haven't seen it.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Just keeping on the atmosphere, you said you don't think the fans realise the impact they can have. Was there a game early in your career where you realised as a player that it made you feel something different, more powerful on the pitch?
Yeah, well, the first derby that I played with PSG against Marseille, I could not believe the atmosphere. I went to Scotland and I played the Old Firm, and I was shocked. So yeah, it can play a huge part in you. It can give you so much energy and belief, and I'm sure tomorrow is going to be like that.
Okay, we've got a few people from Portugal now, so we'll go firstly to RTP. I think it is there. Yeah.
Mikel, I have
Hello.
two questions for you. If you can answer in Spanish, is better for us. The first one is to be on the top of the league is important. It's better for you to prepare the game of tomorrow. And if you expect the same FC Porto of the first leg.
Bueno, ganar siempre ayuda, entonces la parte emocional es muy importante para un partido como el de mañana, y después de haber ganado estamos en un buen momento y no lo sé, es un equipo que normalmente tiene una identidad muy clara y no esperamos muchos cambios, pero dependerá también del contexto del partido, del resultado y de lo que vaya pasando.
Okay, Wanda?
Hola, Mikel. ¿Te sorprendió la forma de jugar de
Did you were surprised by the way that Porto played in the first game, and what do you expect on the second game, and what can we expect tomorrow? We have to have more courage and better in certain phases in game, especially in Portugal. Speaking about the game against Porto, what has annoyed you? The way that Porto played, and Porto always play in this particular way. Is there a lot of fouls?
Yes?
Mikel, two quick questions.
Yeah.
Usually when a player doesn't train the day before the game, he hardly makes it. What are the chances of Martinelli playing tomorrow?
Percentage you want? There are options.
And sorry, and about
Sorry to disappoint you.
after the match, Sergio Conceição said that Arsenal wanted to play and Porto wanted to win. What's your interpretation of this?
There is no interpretation. That's a strong word.
Okay, a couple there at the back there. Thank you.
Hi, Mikel. My colleague took my question, but.
But you have another one.
How hungry are you for tomorrow?
Sorry?
How hungry are you to win for tomorrow?
Yeah, now a lot because I haven't had my dinner still, and we have to achieve something we haven't done for 40 years, so you can imagine.
Okay, one more there.
Hola.
Nos vemos de la Premier, pero hoy aquí, enhorabuena. ¿Qué puedes decir acerca de los jugadores?
What can you say about the Porto players? Are there any in particular of playing Porto tomorrow? They have really good players. They're players who are very organised and trained well, and they're so very competitive, and they're a great team. I wanted to ask you, the Premier League is very important, but the last couple of years of Arsenal, how important is tomorrow's game? Yes, not to deprioritize the Premier, but there's obviously big objectives in the club. So after so many years of not playing in this competition, so imagine the belief we have to reach the quarterfinals and to have the opportunity to have what we have tomorrow, and then we can see what happens. And there's obviously important matches, and then the last 8 weeks, and that will tell us all.